What up, though, y'all? Motorcycle clubs. One day, me and my buddies was going to we were just hanging out, but we decided to go to a motorcycle club, and it was called Satan Sidekicks. Uh, I'm almost positive that's what the name of it was. But anyway, before we get into the story, the main guy that I'm with, I'm hanging with him because of him. I really don't know the other two guys, but the guy that he knows that's with us is trying to start a motorcycle club. So he has these T-shirts, which in the biker world is called colors. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm still I'm like a noob when it comes to motorcycle club life, but my knowledge is very limited as far as that's concerned. But anyway, what I do know is not to put that shirt on. I'm smart enough to do that. But anyway, the guys kept pushing, y'all put these shirts on, y'all put these shirts on, we're trying to get this club started. And I know enough to know that you have to have permission to be wearing anything that's similar to what a motorcycle club is wearing. So I didn't put them on. So, and my homie, he didn't have, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't put his on either. Just the other two had them on. So anyway, boom. We go into this club called Satan Sidekicks. We hit the corner, and to go to the club, I mean, it's so many bikes there. It's hundreds of bikes, members everywhere, and it wasn't just Satan Sidekicks members. It was like other clubs there too, and it was a lot of members, bikes. It was dark, and all I remember thinking is, if something go wrong, we not getting out of here, or at least we not gonna get out the way we came in. So we pulls up, find somewhere to park our bikes, and it was so many bikes we couldn't even park together. I had to find me a spot. They found them a spot, whatever. And we walking up to the club, walking through the crowd after we find each other. I mean, it's like something out of a movie. It kind of reminded me of that movie Dusk Till Dawn, that club. It reminded me of that when we finally got in. So anyway, we goes in the club, but instead of Latin members or Mexican members, it was all black members. So as we get up to the door of the club, the guy searches, of course. My homie, a tough guy. He about 6'2", 6'3", tough guy, big. And, he keep his tool on him. When I say tool, he keeps a tool on him. It wasn't on him, it was on his bike. And Crown, he keep his tool in one bag, Crown Royal in another bag. So he a tough guy. The guy tried to charge, the guy at the door tried to charge us, like, I think 10 to get in, 5, something. I can't remember what it was. But my homie like, no, we not paying that to get in. We about to spend with y'all. We about to spend at y'all bar. And that's what we did. And then they didn't charge, they let us in. We get sitting there, man, it's people everywhere. It's members everywhere. I already know I'm talking to myself like, Reese, be on your P's and Q's, because this could get ugly. And, I'm from the hood, so my hood sense is going off like crazy. So we go to the bar, we spend 100 right away. I get like double shot of tequila in my Corona. That's my drink. I already made my decision. Like, I'm not gonna be here long. I said, as soon as I'm thinking to myself, as soon as I drink this shot of tequila and this double shot of tequila and this Corona, I'm out. Now mind you, two of the guys got these T-shirts on, so I killed my shot, killed my beer. I holler at my homie, like, yo, I'm about to roll. You going? He like, no, I'm a chill with them. I'm like, all right, I'll holler at you later. I go out, find my bike. I mean, it was like something out of a horror movie out there. I mean, I ain't gonna say horror movie, but it was like something out of a movie. It was bikes everywhere. So anyway, I put in my address and my GPS, because I'm like, I got to get out of here. I didn't even know how to get out of there, actually. So I threw my address and my GPS, or just hit home, and I got up out of there, So I go home, get some rest. The very next morning, as soon as I wake up, my phone rings. I'm like, I see it's my homie. I answer the phone like, what's poppin'? He like, bro, it's good that you left. He is like, cause they ran up on us. you know, about those shirts. And and I think they either, I can't remember if they took them. I know they, well, I'll say this much, they didn't leave with those shirts on. So um, I knew not to wear those shirts. I knew not to wear that shirt. They didn't leave with those shirts on. They either took them off or the club took them. I can't remember which, but they didn't leave with those shirts on. So, you know, this is another one of those stories. You got to be careful who you hanging with. You better know, you know, what situation you in, because a lot of people that, you know, they don't value your life like you value your life. And in that club life, if you don't know it, don't tinker with it, because it's no joke. Another time we went to a club. This was the Hellraisers, and it was the same situation. It was people everywhere. It was members everywhere, and it was like the club so crowded, the party so jumping at this motorcycle club that we had to park a block away. You know, so we walked the block. We get there. You know, if you wasn't a member of the club, you couldn't get your bike nowhere near the entrance, because the club members, all their bikes was like, from what I remember, it was in one section. So anyway, we go in, and you know, right away I'm like, oh, yeah, we got to be on our best behavior in here. So, you know, I'm sipping my little drink. I think I only had maybe 1 or 2 drinks that night, and I didn't stay long. And I left right after I seen this. And you'll be okay in a motorcycle club as long as you follow their rules. If you don't follow their rules, it's gonna be an issue. But this one guy, he was drinking, and the guy kept over the mic was like, "Hey, no drinks on the dance floor." And I remember him saying it at least 2 to 3 times. So you know, I'm sitting over there with my people off in the corner. Dude on the dance floor with a drink and spilt the drink on the dance floor. When I tell you, they stopped the music, cut the lights on, came out. I mean, this club is packed. Came out to this guy, gave him a mop, and made him clean it up in front of everybody. I was outdone when I seen that. I'm like, wow. So he cleaned it up. You know, they left him alone. You know, but that was a warning to me. Them just letting him clean it up. So anyway, another situation was at I think this was it was called the Afro Dogs. That was a nice club. I actually had fun in Afro Dogs. I think that's what it's called. And I go in there. Only thing that spooked me is when I got to the door, they checked you and you couldn't take your cell phone in. You couldn't take your phone in. No, I'm old saying cell phone. But anyway, you couldn't take that phone in. So we had to go out, put our phones up, and then come back in. But they ran a tight ship at Afro Dogs. I mean, I had a ball up in there, and I actually got drunk in there. We were out dancing on the floor. We had a ball that night. Another club we went to was the Outcast. Now, one of my homies I grew up with is a member at the Outcast, and I only went there because when our other homies died, and he I think he was a member there, so they had the after pass, the repass they call it, at the club. So when I went into the Afro Dogs club, it's a nice club. You know, everybody was cool that day, and you know, I had a good time. We had drinks, they had food. It was really nice. But later on, a couple months later, I heard the Outcast was throwing something, and so I called a homie like, "Yo, I heard they doing something at your club, you know," and he was like, "Yeah, you know." I was like, "Yeah, me and the homies thinking about riding through there." And he was like, "Well, you know," he was like, "Well, give me a call before you go." He was like, "If I'm not there, don't go." So he ended up not going, so we didn't go. So that spoke volumes to me. He was like, "If he's not there, don't go." So we didn't go. But saying that, all that to say, you know, these the clubs take their life serious, you know, and we're just civilians in their life. So if you're a club member, let me know how that works, starting a club, because I do know you can't start a motorcycle club without somebody's permission, or you know, I wouldn't, you know, I'm a loner. I got my little few guys I ride with, and you know, we have fun, you know. And you know, just be careful, you know, because you can get in some trouble if you don't know what you're doing. And a couple of my other homies was in my ear too, like, yeah, don't put that shirt on, don't do it. And I'm glad, you know, I followed my first mind. My mom always said, follow your first mind. She always told me that. But the other homies was, I'm glad I followed their advice. Don't put that shirt on. And you know, taking advice could save your life anywhere. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, and then let me know if you guys have any experiences with going to a motorcycle club, whether they were good or bad. Make sure you hit that bell too. And thanks for watching. I get a lot of positive comments, and I appreciate those comments. I get some negative ones too, maybe 2 to every 10 good ones. So, and I appreciate those comments too. I just like the interaction. So, again, thanks for watching, and you know, stay tuned.